ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అప్పురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన అందరూ మెచ్చిన షో మన లక్కీ మహిళ. బోలెడంత ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వండర్ఫుల్ విన్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు, మీరే గెలుచుకున్నారండి. కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్, $220.
సెలబ్రిటీ హోస్టులు, అదిరిపోయే పంచులు, సరదా సరదా కబుర్లు.
ఆశ దోశ అప్పడం బడ హెల్ప్ మీరు ఆడుతున్నారు.
ఇలా మరెన్నో మెమరబుల్ మూమెంట్స్ తోటి థర్డ్ యానివర్సరీ జరుపుకుంటోంది మన లక్కీ మహిళ. Watch it live only on TVASIA Telugu. మీ అందరికీ థర్డ్ యానివర్సరీ శుభాకాంక్షలు. ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అప్పురపరిచే ధరలు.
ప్రేక్షకులందరికీ hello and welcome back to yet another fabulous episode of our talk show with experts. మనతో ఉన్న మన immigration expert రాహుల్ రెడ్డి గారు. రాహుల్ గారు, welcome back on the show అండి. It's good to see you here.
Thanks Nitya garu. Thanks for inviting Nitya garu.
Thank you, sir. Guys, don't forget to call our expert Rahul Garu today at 1-833-882-8872. I always keep stressing on that fact. Please try to call us so you can give us any missing pieces of information so we can better help you whenever possible. Watch us on Yup TV, Facebook, YouTube, Sling TV, World BB TV and Dish Network. All right, coming on to the topic for today. Rahul Garu, this is another interesting one, the green card dilemma. Staying in the US versus returning to India. I know people are very conflicted right now, especially given, the amount of time it's going to take for them to get a green card. And even for people who've already got their green cards, it seems like whether they need to continue staying here, move back to India, what is the next, what is next in line for us sort of thing. So where do you stand on this, Sandy?
For sure, those people who got the green card, I definitely suggest them to get the citizenship and get rid of me in their life.
Okay.
That's easier because just complete it, because it's very hard if you want to complete the 5 years at a later stage of your life. So it's better definitely for the green card. For those people who have not got the green card and they are waiting in line and they have not filed the 485 application, they should seriously think about options, either Canada or probably think about India too.
Okay.
Because it may take a long time for these people to get the green card. What is long time? Can it be 10 years? Can it be 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years? Yeah, it could be. It could be 50 years. It could be even longer for those people who are applying. So green card for the people who are in line right now, those people who have not filed the 485, those people who are contemplating to file the green card application is not there. So they should, in the back of their mind, always think about it. What if Trump comes in between, though? Remember in the Trump era, we used to get only 6 months, 1 year H-1B extensions if we were getting any. We were getting so many denials. Big companies were getting about 30-40% denials of the H-1Bs.
Right.
So definitely, you have to think about going to India now. And what I want is that don't burn the bridges. Always keep the bridge open to come back into the United States.
Very valuable.
Now, what is exactly bridge means is that first is getting selected in the H-1B lottery. Obviously, that's for sure. There's also get the I-140 approved. Because whenever you want to come back, let's say, for example, you use 5 years of H-1B and you want to come back after like 5-6 years, you've gone to India, and let me go back to USA. You want to come back. Can you come back on a H-1B? You can, but you will only have 1 year to come back into the United States. In other words, the sponsor will look into it. I'm spending this much money and I'm not going to get the labor and I-140 approval in this 1 year. Why should I spend this much money on this guy? I'm going to keep this and I'm having an I-1 will give a
Rahul Garu, there's some signal issue on it. Rahul Garu, sorry, there's been some signal issue. Can you just repeat that last part you said, sir?
Yeah. So they should get the I-140 approval. Okay.
Okay.
And 1 second, is it better right now? Is it better right now?
We can't see you, sir.
Okay. Let me give me 1 second, okay?
Sure.
I don't know what's going on. I became a ghost right now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but we can't see you.
Okay. I'll try to see what I can do on that. 1 second.
Okay.
So keeping the option open of I-140, getting the I-140 is absolutely essential.
Okay.
Let me log out and log in. Let me try to see what's going on. Okay.
All right. For the folks who are watching, please bear with us. We'll be back in just a second. Okay. Thank you.
Am I there right now?
No, sir.
No. Okay. Ghost. It's not coming out.
ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అప్పురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన, అందరూ మెచ్చిన షో మన లక్కీ మహిళ. బోలెడంత ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వండర్ఫుల్ విన్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు. మీరే గెలుచుకున్నారండి. కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్. $220.
సెలబ్రిటీ హోస్టులు, అదిరిపోయే పంచులు, సరదా కబుర్లు.
ఆశ దోశ అప్పడం వడ హెల్ప్ మీరు ఆడుతున్నారు.
ఇలా మరెన్నో మెమరబుల్ మూమెంట్స్ తోటి 3rd యానివర్సరీ జరుపుకుంటోంది మన లక్కీ మహిళ. Watch it live only on TVASIA Telugu. మీ అందరికీ 3rd యానివర్సరీ శుభాకాంక్షలు.
All right. Folks, really sorry about the interruption. We're back right now. Rahul Garu, sorry about that. And we figured out your second talent today, which is also disappearing on Mata. We didn't quite know that you could do that too, but welcome back. So Rahul Garu, yeah, please continue with your...
I have recently visited Kailash, so I got these magical powers. So I can disappear anytime I want to. That's it. So having an I-140 approval is absolutely essential.
Okay.
So please don't forget that whenever you want to transit to India, though, and you want to come back, or whether you want to transit to Canada, as I pointed out before, burning bridges is not good at all. The best thing is to actually have the H-1B selected, I-140 approval, and then you can come back into the United States. People ask me questions. This is a very confusing question they ask. Okay, can I come back within the H-1B validity period? No. Can I come back only within 6 years after I leave the country? No. It's actually 90 years. Within the next 90 years, you can come back into the United States at any point of time. Why not 91 years? I expect you to be dead.
Okay.
So that's
just for some of the new ones who are watching us right now, how soon can we apply for an I-140 ending once we have our H-1B?
You don't need to have H-1B to apply for I-140.
You don't even need, oh wow, okay.
Oh, you can start applying I-140 when you are in the F1 student OPT and STEM extension also. Like for example, for those people who got their H-1B selected in the lottery right now and they got their H-1B approved, their start date is October, or even if they're pending October, they can start filing the labor certification right now. They don't have to wait for the H-1B approval. And also for those people who recently, as you know, Nitya Garu, that there is a second lottery within conducted for the same year, and they have to file their applications by the end of by October. So even for them, they can start working right now. They can start working on the labor certification right now. So try to get the, so getting an I-140 is essential for you to, if you are contemplating on all options, for all reasons, it is a good thing to have the I-140 approval.
Okay, that's great, Andy, because I'm sure a lot of, especially students, will not know also that they can get their I-140s even while they're studying. Or,
yeah, they don't think that long. I want to remind them to think that long.
Yeah,
okay?
and hence you're the expert. So we rely on you for this information. Thank you, sir. Anything else you'd like to add to this, sir, before we proceed?
No, let's go to the questions.
Okay, all right, let's take our first caller. Okay, caller with number ending in 7009. 7009, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Hello, Nidhi garu. Hello, Rahul garu. My question is, I have I-140 approved both in EB2 and EB3, and I got my EAD on EB3, and I am using that one for my employment. What will happen if I move to a different company, and then the EB2 dates moves forward? Can I use the EB2 I-140 approval?
We have done that successfully for some people. Even if you have two EB2 and EB3 approval, when the new company is going to file the 485J supplement to adjudicate the applications, instead of giving the EB3 approval, we have given them the EB2 approval. There has not been any problem. They have approved it. Now, is it a guaranteed? Is it in the regulations? Is it in the any of the memo? No, it's not there. But USCIS has been practicing in this way, that if you have an I-140 approval with any company previously under EB2, and if you want to use it though, they are allowing us to use it. We are using it, no problem with it. Now, but it's not a guaranteed way, but it has been working very good.
So even though if I change the company, that's okay, even though, you know.
Only, I mean, I said only if you change the company. If you are within the company, that question won't even come to me. You already know that you can do that.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
And my next question is, what is the status of that EB3 lawsuit that you guys did a couple of months back? Do you have any info to share with us?
Right. What we filed the lawsuit against the USCIS is that once the final action date is current, it should be current at all points of time though. What the USCIS is there, that there are no numbers available, that's the reason we have taken it back. No, there are numbers available, whether it's 5 numbers, 10 numbers, 20 numbers, the numbers are available. What we're arguing in the EB3 and the EB2 lawsuit right now is that once the priority date, final action date become current, it should be current at all point of time. Very similar to the CSPA, Child Service Protection Act. Once it's current, it should be current all the time. So give me the green card though. Of course, we have filed the lawsuit against USCIS. We will see the result of it probably, we don't know, probably end of this year, probably early part of the next year. We'll see that thing. But yeah, the more explanation will be given, most probably by Stephen Brown on Tuesday. He's going to be live. He will be giving more details about that, okay?
Okay, that's great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for your help. Yeah, bye-bye.
Thank you for calling, Andy. All right. Rahul garu, before we take up any more questions, I just wanted to quickly touch base on this, the duplicate filings. You know, it's been a big issue still. Are we getting any revocations, or, you know, are you noticing anything that's happening lately?
Every single day. Every single day we're receiving a lot of consultations, a lot of free daily conference call that we have. People come into, and what is surprising to me is that these people are completely ignorant of the law, that filing duplicate applications is wrong. They only go into strictly looking into the law, saying that, okay, if they are not related companies, though, they can file multiple H-1Bs. But they're forgetting the basic fundamentals that, look, there is only one job. If the person is working with Coca-Cola and company A is filing with filing an H-1B intending that they're going to be employed at Coca-Cola, that's fine because they're already employed. But company B, company C, company D are filing, they're unrelated company, but they're all relying on transferring the Coca-Cola contract to them. So that means there is only one job and 4 applications filed. That is fraud. And USCIS is hitting a lot of notifications have been sent to the employers, and the employers are hiding that information with the employees. Though the way some of the things that I have noticed is that there are 7 companies, 100 H-1Bs filed the same John Does with all 100 with all 7 companies.
Wow. Okay.
I'm same lawyer. I don't know what kind of lawyer that guy is. He's definitely doesn't come on TVASIA for sure. So now the question is that, hey, they're not related company. Look at it. They are. Their FedEx tracking number is the same thing. There's a lot of things that are connecting, and you have to see the RFA and like, what a dumb guys these people are. Where did they get this idea of filing 100 H-1Bs with 7 different companies? So definitely, it's going on very frequently. And I want everybody to create the My USCIS account and try to put almost all the receipt numbers in there. If there is any notification, you will even get a text message also. So try to get it to see if there is a notice of intent to revoke when it comes in, because notice of intent to revoke does not come to the employee, it comes to the employer. And the employers are not showing the notice of intent to revoke because the content that they have, how dumb they are, will be released in that notice of intent to revoke.
That's true. My God, that's a little scary. All right, let's take our next caller on that note then. Okay, caller with number ending in 1525. 1525, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Yeah, hi Nitya Garu, hi Rahul Garu. Good evening.
Go ahead, sir, we can hear you.
Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, my PRT date is April 2012 under EB3. When it was current in May this year, my 485 status has changed to case is ready for interview. But from July 1st, my PD is no longer current. But on July 25th, an interview notice was sent to me by mail, only for me, not for my wife, even though both status are case is ready for interview. When I talked with Emma, they said an interview was requested and scheduled, but then descheduled and put it back to the queue for scheduling an interview. But they also said that the interview was cancelled on July 20th, which is 5 days prior to the the notice date.
First question to you. Did you got the notice of the interview or not?
Yes, to my hand, yes.
When is the interview date according to that notice?
August 24th.
You go for the interview. You not only go, you take your family, your wife, and if you have any children who are born in India, you take them with you. You be prepared, because with all this confusion, if you don't go, they may just deny the 485 application. One person is saying it's cancelled in 20th, so one person is saying, no. Don't listen to all those things. They call you for the interview on August 24th. What do? You dress up, you go there, you prepare, as if that there is an interview. Can they interview you when the priority date is not current? Absolutely they can. A lot of people are confused. What are they going to do? My priority date is not current, they cannot approve it. They can interview you. They don't want to keep on extending your EAD if you are the bad guy. If you are Osama bin Laden and you pretended to be Subba Rao and you want to get the green card, they don't want to give the green card to you. So absolutely, they want you to get interviewed and you go. If there is any doubt, what do? You go. On August 24th, you go. And not only you go, you take your wife with you. Now, if your wife have to stay in the parking lot, it's fine, let her stay. I would take her with you and see if they will take her. Most probably, they will interview both of you together.
Okay, sure, sir. But when my wife talked with Emma, they said they sent her file to the nearest, Sacramento FO. on the June 30th.
Don't listen to them. Please listen to me.
Okay.
Go there. At
Okay.
the most, what you're going to waste 3-4 hours of your wife's time. It's worth, believe me. You're watching this TV. You want to get rid of this TV as soon as possible, get the green card. Okay? It's worth, go. Don't
Okay.
listen to Emma. If there is any doubt, you just go. Okay? We'll go to the next person.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Appreciate it. Now, before we go to our next caller, I have a few questions that I want to ask you, Andy. These are from our live chat viewers as well. Question from Sanyasi Naidu says, after filing the 485, if the prime applicant is dead, what happens to the dependents? Can the dependents still get the green card?
Well, first question is, how can sannyasi has a spouse?
Oh my God. Okay.
No, let's take the jokes aside and let's speak about it. If the main applicant's 485 application is pending and the main applicant passes away, there are provisions under 204 INA 204 section. We can preserve the 485 application for the dependents.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to hear, sir.
And even if the I-485 is not been filed, even if the I-485 is not been filed, if I-140 has been approved, and if the main applicant passes away, there are provisions where we can make the priority date available for the remaining spouse that is there. And when the priority date becomes current, there are provisions where they can file the 485 application without employer's support. Remember, there is no job because the person is no longer there. Yeah. So since there is no longer a job also, we can still make sure that this person can get the green card. There are provisions. It's called INA 204 section.
Got it. Very good to know, sir. And also for such spouses, you know, what is their work situation going to be like, sir?
Yeah, that's, I didn't said all the things though. You're completing the filling in the details. You ask all kinds of tough questions. Now, sorry, unfortunately, they have to maintain the non-immigrant status. So if you're there in H4, they have to move to F1. If they're in H1, they have to maintain the H-1B. And they have to stay in United States. They cannot shift to India. Remember, we were discussing about shifting to India? Yes. And here, they cannot do that. They must have a residence here in United States. Can they visit India? Absolutely, they can. But can they stay in India for a couple of years and come back when the priority date becomes current? Absolutely not.
Okay. Got it. Got it. Thank you, sir. All right. Another question is, this is from Hari Guru, says, is there a way we could know pending AOS cases either with USCIS for EB-based cases for individual, how difficult with the process or cost associated to get this data?
Last time when they released the data, remember when the dates moved back, they released the data, approximately around 60,000 applications have been pending for the Indian nationals under EB2 and EB3. We did file a Freedom of Information about a year ago. Hopefully, so we're going to get those things right now. We can file a Freedom of Information and sue the USCIS when they don't respond in the proper time, which is about 20 days, which they never do. We can do it. I mean, that's going to cost about $10,000 or so. We can get that information too. But we already did file it, hopefully, so we're going to get the information. If we don't get that information, yeah, we can consider suing USCIS to get that information. Nitya Garu, before the Trump administration, they used to release every quarter how many total inventory of the I-485 is there. Out of those things, how much are Indians? Out of those Indians and China and rest of the world. Out of those things, then they used to give what is the priority dates where their 485 is pending. For example, if their priority date is 2012, in March of 2012, how many people are pending in March of 2012? They used to get the data before. Trump came in. Of course, the Trump came in, he just scrambled everything up, and I don't know why Biden administration did not revise it. They still give the detail that, okay, EB3, 30,000 Indians are pending, EB2, 28,000 485s are pending, but they don't give within that EB2, what is the priority rate of those individuals though? Is it 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, which month their priority date? They don't give it. We did file a freedom of information, Harigaru. Hopefully, so we're going to get it. That was filed almost like 8-9 months ago. If we don't get it, we will definitely consider suing USCIS.
Gotcha. Thank you, sir. And again, any quick updates on like the second round of selections of the H-1B, sir?
Right. They have to file their applications within the stipulated time. And of course, what we're telling people is that if it's a duplicate filing, you have been, the company has been involved, you have been involved in duplicate filings, I want you to consult a lawyer before you file the H-1B application. Even if you file the application, you may want to consult a lawyer because they're barring the people to ever coming to United States. Because the reason, Nitya Garu, is that it's considered to be a fraud. If you're applying an application based on the things where you are not eligible for, because of the duplicate filing, that is to get an immigration benefit, you have committed fraud. And because of that, you will get a permanent bar forever to come into the United States. So definitely, if you have filed a duplicate application, you're contemplating on filing the H-1B in the lottery right now, I mean, when your lottery is selected, we are recommending people not to file the H-1B applications. Because maybe they will forget about our guy later on. But if you file a H-1B application, you're not giving them any chance to forget it.
Got it. So last week I was asking Emily about whether USCIS has published a list of these employers so that people can at least, be aware of, oh, this is the company that filed my H-1B and, maybe something's going to happen, so let me back out. And she had mentioned that it wasn't the case at that point of time. Is it still the case now? And if
That's
so,
right. It's not public. It's not
in companies.
Sorry, you were speaking something.
No, so is there any way we can access or get information about these list of companies, sir?
We did file a freedom of information on it to find out which companies filed the duplicate application. Now, there will be some companies like Microsoft and Apple. Let's say, for example, there is a graduate from Stanford and then he's getting an offer for Microsoft and Apple. That is a duplicate filing, but it may not be illegal because he has a job with Apple and those things. Yeah. But we know when 7 companies, 100 H-1Bs filed with 7 different companies, it has to be a fraud, right? I mean, you don't have to go anywhere else to look into those things. Right. So definitely, we may get the information. Now, we may get the information. They may refuse to give that information to us because of the confidentialities or any criminal prosecutions that are involved in it. They may refuse. Even if we go to the court, they may still refuse us to give that information.
Okay.
We don't know. You don't know. Our audience doesn't know. But the USCIS knows which ones file the duplicate applications. The unfortunate problem here is, Nitya Garu, they still approve the H-1B application for them, even though they know. Because the way the prosecution works in USA is that they let you do the wrong thing so that they can catch you in a big time. They will give you a free dose of marijuana or whatever the drug it is. So that, I mean, they will buy you a free dose initially so that you can give them 1 kg of the big, not the Coca-Cola, but the other Coke, so that they can catch you with a big thing for you. So that's how they try to do it. And that's the reason why these people get encouraged. But at the back end, there's a lot of prosecutions going on right now.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for the employees because a lot of them don't even know that their companies have done this and there's no way for them to find out. So at least they can take some corrective action in time. So, it's just sad that way. All right. On that note, let's take our next caller, Andy. Okay. Caller with number ending in 2981. 2981, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Hello, Rahul Garu, Nitya Garu.
Hello, sir.
Thanks for taking time to I think
Go ahead, sir. We
from-
can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Okay, thanks. So my EAD and AP are up for renewal in Jan 2024. Can I apply them online? I'm thinking to apply by myself.
No, you can't apply online EAD in advance parole though. You have to go manually only. You should do it. If it's January, we are in August, you should do it right now.
Yep. Thank you, sir. And second quick question is about, I didn't file my 485J with the new employer. Does it has to be filed now, or I can do it closer to when my priority dates are current?
You don't have to file the 485J supplement. Only if there is an RFE, you have to file the 485J supplement, or if you've been called for the interview, you have to do the 485J though. Now, you're right. You're absolutely right. You're smart. That when the priority date is current, can I file at that point of time? Yes. Why you need to file at that point of time? Is it mandatory? It's not mandatory. But your file is sleeping. To wake up the well, wake up, wake up, wake up. You file the 485J supplement by telling, wake up, wake up, wake up. It's like an alarm. You're saying, oops, look at me. You have not been looking at me. So yes, I strongly advise people to file the 485J when the priority date is current, even though it's not mandatory.
Let's say, sir, there is no interview, and what if the old employer says this guy doesn't even belong to my company anymore?
Yeah, they can withdraw the I-140. Your previous company can withdraw the I-140. And the USCIS will then come to know you're no longer working for that company. If they do that, you know what they do? They will send an RFE to you. Hey, buddy, you told me you're working for company A. Now we know that you're not working for company A. Can you please file the 485J supplement? Then you can file it.
Got it. Thanks, Rahul Garu.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. All right. Rahul Garu, here's an interesting question. This is from Sai Kumar Gunda. He says, any chance of an H-1B third lottery?
Good question. Yeah, there is.
Okay.
There was H-1B third lottery previously.
Okay.
We may, they haven't released the numbers, Nitya Garu, that how many they have selected in the second lottery at this point of time. There is a chance for the lottery, absolutely, for the third lottery too.
Got it. All right. I have another question, sir. This is from PP. He says, we applied for renewal of EB-based EAD and advanced parole for all of us, but my 14-year-old child got biometrics, but no one else. Is he getting this because he's 14? My other son was 16 and he did not get called for biometrics.
They could have taken the biometrics that you have given at the time when they got the visa stamping. And also in between, H4s were getting the biometrics call. Every time you file a H4, they were calling for the biometrics. I don't know why they were, but they used to. So they could have taken the biometrics at that point of time of your child. That's the reason they may have a biometrics on the file previously, either H4 or probably when they get the stamping. So I'm not that much worried that only 14-year-old got it, the 16-year-old did not get it. I'm not that much worried about it.
Okay, got it. And this is from Rajeshri Bhosle. She says, can I use my GC EAD for a second job that's non-IT? I don't want to lose my H1 as my spouse will lose the H4.
You can be doing Uber, the second job, absolutely not a problem, but your spouse will lose the H4.
Okay.
Because you're losing the H-1B by using the EAD to do the second job.
Right. So, but the spouse can also get an EAD, right, at that point then?
I know, but you're absolutely right, Nitya Garu. These people are paranoid using the EAD. Why don't you tell that you got rid of the immigration lawyer way earlier than the green card, right before you got the green card? How? By using the EAD. And practically, how hard is it to renew the EAD application, though? And how much you paid the filing fees? Zero.
Yeah.
Zero. So I don't know why these people are hesitant in letting the H-1B. Why not? That's the reason I took a vacation to Kailash, paid by them.
Maybe they also need to take a vacation to Kailash, just to get
no. They don't have the money. Remember, they're paying us, me.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Right. Maybe
They
you
don't
need
have
a
the money.
sponsor trip for all of them then.
Yeah, they're sponsoring me and other immigration lawyers. So definitely these people need to, if I were them, I would use the EAD. I tell them so many times, unless there is some fundamental flaw in the application, I personally would use the EAD though. But I know the lot of the lawyers are telling them, no, keep the H-1B, keep the H-1B. These are the lawyers when I walk into the airlines, walk through the business class, they are there in those business classes. Not me, I can't afford that much. But yeah, these people are the people who are in the business classes. Your money, guys. So it's up to you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you for that clarification, sir. All right. This one question is from YouTube browser. It says, what are the chances of predictions for December 2013 to be current under EB2 and EB3 in the next fiscal year?
2013 looks to be a little bit very tough, Nitya Garu. The reason is that right now we are at 2012 and 2011 for the 2000. So it's very, very unlikely to have it to touch the 2000. It's very unlikely to touch 2013 though. It's very unlikely, unfortunately. Because if I calculate the number of applications that are pending there though, it's going to be very, because we are going to only get 2,800 applications that will be allocated to Indian nationals under the EB2 and 2,000 under EB3. And the priority date right now looks to be 2009 and 2011. Most probably it will cross May of 2010. It will be in somewhere in 2011. I don't know about 2012 and 2013, very tough. Unless things change. Now, of course, there is a letter recently that was being circulated, signed by 56 congressmen.
Wow, okay.
Where Raja Krishnamurthy from Chicago is the Shamberg area of Chicago, very nice gentleman. Met him a couple of times, and he was the author of the letter, and he is requesting the USCIS to make all the dates current because the numbers are available. That can the administration do it? Absolutely, they can do it. They can make all the dates current in October 1st.
Okay.
So if something like that happens, I mean, even if that happens, the priority date moving to 2013, final action date moving to 2013, and getting the green card is very tough. But on the contrary, though, what I recommend people is please support the congressmen. These congressmen are writing the letters. For 56 congressmen have taken their time off to write the letter. What about you guys listening to this TVASIA? Are you writing the letters that we are putting it down there? Stop counting the family members. Are you doing it? Please do that thing. The congressmen are doing, you guys are not doing. Can you at least request them to do it? The administration, request the congressman, request the administration.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Amma annam bettadu adakadenniyadata. So that's how our guys are.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. Okay.
You don't have the food, at least ask for it.
Right. Rahul Garu, we have a very interesting live chat user called Realist. He says, other than a handful of people, no one is leaving the US. Apparently, we're giving like joking choices, but what is that you're seeing as a lawyer, and
No, definitely they're not leaving. I agree with the Realist right now. They're not leaving. When did we see some people leaving at a mass thing? It was a Trump era though. They were having options at that point of time, that what if the denial comes in? What if this would come in? Definitely the salary, the options that they have right now, the job prospects for the IT and the administration is definitely in favor right now. We don't see the 1-year H-1B approvals, thanks to the lawsuit brought by Jonathan Boston. So all these things definitely have helped these people to stay in United States, where they're getting three years H-1B approvals and all those things. IT market is very good. But what I'm trying to tell to real estate is that always have the plan B though. You don't have to take the plan B. Have the plan B option, so that at a later time, if you were to go to when the plan A is closed, that's when you need to go to plan B. That's my advice. Do I advise people to leave their $200,000 family income job and then go to India and start working there for both of you guys combinedly getting 1 lakh? That includes the benefits and everything. Definitely per month. Definitely not. Definitely not. Definitely not. But what if the Trump comes in, or situation change, economy change, and you don't have a job at that point of time, and you don't get the H-1B extension? What do you do at that point of time? Yeah, you may want to park yourself for a couple of years in India.
Yeah, no, I totally agree, sir, because so realist, we do agree with you. But what we're also saying is we're just providing you with choices in terms of what you can think about and be ready with and for if and when the time comes. If something were to drastically change, like Rahul Garu said, Trump back in the seat, or the government party, ruling party changing, and them bringing in much stricter rules and stuff, it's important to just have a backup plan and to sort of have it beforehand itself, so your transition is also smoother. All right. On that note, I have another question for you, Rahul Garu. This is from PP. He says, why is it taking so much time to get the I-131 approved, but we're getting EAD very soon?
Very good question. For those people, the I-131, which is advanced parole, is not getting approved at the same time as the EAD. I don't know. It didn't used to be like that. When you used to file the EAD application, advanced parole, you stayed there for a long period of time. When you file both the things used to get approved at the same time. Now,
yeah, but I think always we did find that advanced paroles would always take a little longer than EADs, though. Right?
No, we haven't noticed that.
In my case,
but yeah, right now with the 2 years of the EAD extensions guaranteed, though, I don't know why. And there's another problem with this advanced parole. We have a 2 years EAD that they're approving, but then our advanced parole comes only for 1 year. And they take 13 months sometimes to approve the advanced parole. I really don't know why they are doing it, though. I think so enough lawsuits need to be filed against USCIS on these things. They will correct it, though. We have an ongoing lawsuit in our law firm. So we club 4 or 5 people together whose advanced parole is taking a long time so that we can cut down the cost for the customers. And then we keep filing. It's called delay of the interim benefits lawsuit, though. So if anybody wants to join onto the bandwagon of suing the USCIS on that, please do that. What happened on the H4 plus EAD? Remember that they were not approving along with the H-1B?
Right. Yeah.
We sued USCIS thousands of times. They got really tired of it, and they're now giving the H1, and EAD approval together. So yeah, if it goes on a mass scale, they will back up.
All right, that's a great idea, Rahul Garu. So anyone watching, if your advanced parole is getting delayed, please contact Rahul Garu's office, and you can join in with the lawsuit that they've already filed, I guess. Sorry if I've misquoted.
Every month we keep filing.
All right, this is even better. Okay, on that note, let's take a caller before we go to the rest of our questions. Okay, caller with number ending in 0683. 0683, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Hi, Rahul Garu. Good evening, Andy. I have a question on B2 visa. I have applied B2 visa for my brother and his wife. Suppose, but their stamping is in next 3 months. Suppose if I want to apply B2 for their children, so what is the option later? Can I get the option to apply, or it is necessary to apply along with their parents?
It's absolutely not needed to apply along with them. How old are the children, though?
One is 16 and one is 13.
Okay. So it's not absolutely needed that you have to file the mom, dad, 2 children at the same time. Absolutely not needed. Your brother and your brother's wife can get the visa, and then you can always apply for the children later date. That's perfectly. Since you already have an appointment right now for your brother and brother's wife, I don't want to delay that appointment, because if you are going to club your nephews and nieces, though, that may take 1 more year for them to get an appointment. Let them get the visa, and then you can always apply 1 more time for your nephews and nieces.
Got it. Good info. One more quick question. Like when I applied, I was on H-1B, but recently my green card is approved. So is it mandatory to change the DS-160 and update with the latest state?
You don't have to do that. That's just a technical thing. It won't make any difference. If they are allowed to, and sometimes they can go to DS-160, they can change. Tell them to change it. Otherwise, that's not a big deal.
Oh, okay. Very good. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for calling in. All right. I'm going to take a few more questions, Rahul Garu, today because we have a lot of them coming in and I don't want our live chat viewers to be left behind. Okay, this is from Mohit. He says, my firm is in filing stage after the recruitment step. What happens to my green card process if I want to switch to a new employer? I still have around 3 years left on the renewed H-1B.
Don't leave the company. Don't leave the company. Don't leave the company. Most probably the company won't continue filing the labor certification. Most probably the company will not file the I-140 application after you leave the company. They won't do it. Now you go join the new company, then guess what? You will start working on the labor and I-140 again. It takes 2 years to get an I-140 right now. Of course, you're thinking, no, I have 3 years. I can do that. You only told me 2 years. I completed. No, remember, you wasted 3 years. You're here. So don't move to the different company. That's my sincere advice to you. Technically, can the previous company, after you leave the company, then can they file the labor certification? Can they file the I-140 approval? Even though you don't want to work for that company at this point of time, can they do it? Yes, they can do it. Can the new company file the labor and I-140 and quickly get it approved within the 3 years? But yes, there is a possibility. But please, I beg you, don't leave the company, stay with the company and get the I-140 approval. You will thank me 5 years, 7 years later on, believe me.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. This is another kind of similar question. So this is from Brinda. She says, my previous employer did not withdraw my H-1B. Can I join back again?
Oh, very good question. These are the situations where Nitya Garu, she has worked with company A. She moved to company B. Now she wants to move back to company A.
Yeah.
Assuming that she has never traveled outside the country after she left the company A, which did not withdraw the H-1B, she can join, no problem at all. None, zero. She can go and join the company A. Okay. If she has traveled outside the country after she left the company A, her I-94 has changed, then she can't join company A. They have to refile the H-1B application.
Okay. Got it. Thank you, sir. Okay. All right. Question from Navneet Sai Madanameti says, he says, I'm having Cap-exempt H-1B from a non-profit organization. My organization has filed for I-140. Can I switch to a for-profit organization after I get the I-140 from the non-profit organization?
Good question, though. Unfortunately, no, he cannot. The reason is that I-140 is different. When we speak about LBW, we only speak that in cricket. We do not have LBWs in soccer game, okay? So, or football, we call it as. So that's the reason why, because I-140 is different, H-1B counted is different. You have never been counted toward the H-1B number. You're always assuming what your statement is right. You have always been exempt because of the non-profit organization. So if you ever want to get back to the H-1B with a private company, though, you have to go through the lottery process. However, there is a short, there's always exceptions. If you want to moonlight, though, that means, let's say, for example, you are working with University of Texas, and on the side, you want to work for this clinic as a doctor. A lot of these doctors are working in the university. If you want to work on a side, they call it as a moonlighting. So if you want to moonlight on top of working with the University of Texas, you can work for a private organization.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes. That's concurrently filed H-1B, what we call. The second company does not have to be a non-profit organization. It could be a for-profit Microsoft or something like that. It's perfectly all right. You can work for the second company, but your main company should still be the non-profit. So you can do the moonlighting. That's what we call it as.
Got it. Also, Rahul, for such cases where, they're going through this, their cap-exempt and stuff, once they get their EAD, then are they, free to go to any company?
Of course, they can, once they get the EAD, assuming that their I-140s are approved, assuming that it's been more than 180 days that they filed a 485 application, now the EAD comes into picture. It's not H-1B, it's EAD.
Yeah. Right.
On EAD, can they jump the ship? Absolutely, they can. But good question you asked.
Okay, cool. Thank you, sir. All right, I'm going to take one quick caller before we go on to the next set of questions here. Okay, caller with number ending in 4737. 4737, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Yes, I am ready.
Hi, sir. We can hear you, so please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, hello, Rahul sir. Good afternoon. Good evening. Hello?
Hello,
Yes,
sir.
good, sir.
Sir.
Yeah. Sir, actually, my wife was on H1 for EAD from 2022 and her H4 EAD valid until 2025. And she was working for an employer and he filed her H1 in 2022 and it got picked up and approved on October 1st. And she, she worked like 4 to 5 months on H1, then she lost the job. So we went back to India and when we entering to US, she entered on H4. We went stamping H4 and now, she is on H4 technically. And can we use our old EAD which was valid until 2025 or do I need to reapply
Absolutely, you can use it. It was never been revoked. If the US, it can be used. It can be used.
Okay, thank you.
The USCIS principles are very strict. If they want to take the EAD back, they should send a notice of intent to revoke, and they did it. They did not do that. That EAD is still valid. She's an H4. She has an H4 EAD. Even though she was in a H1B in between, and she left the country, got the H4 stamping, and came back, absolutely she can use the H4 EAD until 2025.
Oh, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Andy.
Thanks so much for calling, Andy. All right. I'm going to get back to our questions. We have a lot of them coming in today, so I'm going to give them some priority here. Okay. Let's see. KV says, if I go back to India with an approved GCEAD, can I come back when the dates are current after?
No, not a good idea. That's not applicable to them. The reason is that when you file the 485 application, you said, I'm going to be staying in United States. I'm going to be getting the green card in United States. Now you're telling, I'm going to go sleep there for 2 years and wake up and come back. No, that's not allowed. Any absence of more than 4 months, I definitely want people to check with a lawyer.
Okay. All right. And this is a question from Ravi Kumar, although I think you already kind of answered this. Is there a way to find pending 485 applications by year, by
yeah, we already requested the Freedom of Information, hopefully, so we're going to get it. If not, maybe we'll consider suing the USCIS and maybe we'll we need somebody to pay us the money. I mean, we got to pay our rents, we got to pay our things. So, we don't go in, so definitely we may want to get some contributions for the people. Maybe we'll collect like $400 from each person and do the, I'll try to speak with Stephen on that, how we can get some of these money which will benefit a lot of people.
Right.
But at the same time, it will be only expenditure for us. Yeah. We'll see how we can get ourselves compensated. We'll have to work on it. I will work on that.
Fair enough, sir. You need to, you're running a shop here. All right. This other question is from SV, says, I'm currently on OPT and my current employer has filed an H1 for my job. It's not been picked up yet. another employer with another job filed and it's been picked up, can I move forward? And also, can I continue working with my current employer while on OPT, or do I have to stop working and then start with another job with an H-1B employer, or wait until I get picked up?
First of all, no, don't join that company. That's a fraudulent company. They never had a job. Don't file the H-1B with that company. You may get a lifetime ban. Now, are you scotch-free if you don't file the H-1B? No. They may still come after you right now at a later date because you filed the duplicate applications, though. But right now, if you file the applications, you're increasing your chances of permanently barring yourself forever into coming into the United States. No, don't file the H-1B.
Okay, got it, sir. Okay, question from Jagan. He says, my 6-year term ends in March of 2024. My perm was filed in November of 2022. Since my perm is pending, shall I request my employer for a 1-year extension, even though my perm was approved maybe in December?
Wait, his November is when his 6 years is expiring, is right?
I believe so, yes. Yes.
Yeah. So
wait, 6-year term ends in March 2024, he said. And perm was filed in November of 2022.
Okay, 2022. So I would wait until November of 2023 to see if the perm and I-140 gets approved by that time. Since you have until March, though, I'm not going to hurry up and file your extension right now, because most probably, though, by about January or so, you should be getting your I-140 approval. That's my expectation, though. They are adjudicating somewhere in September, October right now. So definitely I would wait. I would not request only 1 year, but you are eligible technically to file the H-1B extension for a 1-year period in November of 2023. You are technically eligible.
Oh,
but
okay.
I would, since you have until March of 2024, I would wait. But if somebody's, let's say, for example, if somebody's H-1B is expiring in December of 2023, I would file 1-year extension for them in November.
Okay, got it. Thank you, sir. And okay, this question is from Rajan, says, when will EB1 March 1, 2022 be expected to become eligible to file 485?
March 1st, 2022. It's anybody's guess. Unless there is some administrative changes, though, in the way that they are doing. And I see one of the person is asking a question. Will all the priority dates will be current in October 2023? Is it true? There's always a chance. I mean, you don't know. I mean, I have seen some drastic measures, even for the family base where brothers and sisters have been waiting. They have given advance parole where people can travel in United States. They've given employment authorization for those people, but they have to belong to some South American countries, though. So yes,
I can imagine. Like, you know, it's crazy. Rahul Garu, sorry, and bless you.
Yeah. So is it possible for the administration to make the priority dates current? Yes, it is possible. But you have to request 56 congressman has requested to make it. They think so it's legal. I think so it's legal. They can make it current. But will the administration depends on how much you cry. If you don't cry, they won't. You're like enjoying, I'm making $250,000 family income. Oh, I have this luxury car. Why should I write a letter to anybody? What Rahul says, that's up to you guys. But if you keep writing letters, there's good possibility that the priority will become. Now, when it comes to the EB1, will it be current for 2000? Will it be current in 2022? Very unlikely. That's my guess. Very unlikely. Especially if it's the later part of 2022. Very unlikely in the next year.
Okay, got it.
That's for EB1 I'm speaking about.
Got it.
But if the administration just makes everybody current, then it's a different issue, which I wish they will.
Yes, that is something we all wish for, but guess when pigs fly. All right. This is a question from Mahesh. He says, if my advance parole expires in the next 2 months and my renewal is already in progress, can we still travel and come back before the advance parole expires?
Before the advance parole expires, absolutely you can travel.
Okay.
The main question is that will they approve the advance parole extension? We have seen in most of the cases they are approving it. There are some rare cases they're saying, no, you travel outside the country when the extension is pending, and they're denying some of those cases. Very rarely we see, like about 4 to 5% of the cases. 95% of the cases they're still approving it. But with regards to travel within the 2 months period, while advance parole, existing advance parole is valid, you will have no problem, none at all.
Okay.
To travel.
Got it, sir. And in such a case where their advance parole gets denied because they traveled,
they can refile.
They can just refile. Okay. Got it. Awesome. Let's take our next caller at this point. Caller with number ending in 6230. 6230. We're ready for you now. Hello?
Yeah, hi. Hi,
Hi, sir.
Nitya Garu. Hi, Rahul, sir.
Hi, sir. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, Yeah, I have a question actually. One of my relatives, he's on F1 and he finished his undergraduation in computer science. And also he's on CPT, currently working actually. He tried for H1 and it did not pick up actually. He's currently working, but since he did not finish, he did not get a lottery H1. And how can he continue in America working? Because the current project, he is working on CPT. It's going to be finished soon. So what are the options and the possibilities we have, sir?
Other than H-1B, I cannot think of anything else.
Oh, so he cannot work and maybe, oh, okay. Only the option which we know is like he has to do another, like he has to do the MS and on F1 and he can continue and then again OPT and CPT kind of thing.
Absolutely. That option is there. Do the MS, get the OPT and STEM extension, he has it, but he has to go to college for 2 years. Yes, he has that option.
Otherwise, only the option, he has to go back to India if he doesn't like to do MS and continue. Because there is no other working visa kind of options he has. So he
Not
has to
that
go
I
back.
know. I mean, unless a person is eligible for O1 visa, which is very extraordinary for people to get it. So if they have some patents or certain other things that they can look into the O1, yeah, they will have to go.
Okay. Yeah. So even MS, he has to be on STEM. So OPT plus OPT 1 year plus CPT 2 years. If he is not STEM
not
generally
CPT,
it will
not
be only
CPT,
1 year.
it's called, that you're absolutely right. The degree has to be STEM degree. If the STEM degree is there, you get 1 year OPT. It's not 2 year CPT, it's 2 year STEM extension. Yeah, but essentially you're right. Yeah, they get the 2 years extension. So total 3 years of work permit they'll get. Okay.
Then also after doing MS, again he has to try for H1 option. If he has get the H1, then he can continue working. Otherwise, he has to go back.
That's right. But he will get in the master's quota though, which is good, a higher chance of getting
higher chances and anyhow the people are MS students are like increasing, the count is increasing very rapidly. Their options are minimizing actually.
This year I was being told that the whole Hyderabad airport is getting locked out in the month of August because a lot of not only students traveling, but when the first time the students is coming, there will be a lot of send-offs, a lot of people coming and saying bye. They are, Hyderabad, the airport authorities are telling, please don't come to say bye to your relative. Don't come like hundreds of people, and they're telling him. It's completely getting blocked out in Hyderabad, that's what they're telling. And then the amounts of visas, F1 visas that have been granted recently are humongous right now.
Yeah, the flight tickets are also one-way $3,000 in the August month.
Wow,
way
I didn't
high
know
actually.
about that.
$3,000 in August month. From September 1st or I think September 2nd it came down. Yeah.
Okay.
That is okay, sir. Thank you for clarifying it down. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for calling, Andy.
On this front, Nitya Garu, that there are approximately 250,000 people as of the end of 2022, 250,000 people on F1 visa in United States from India. As of 2022, though, the number of students of Indian descent and compared to Chinese descent, Chinese were more until last year. But if you look into the pattern in the past 3-4 years, the number of student visas coming from India has gone significantly since the COVID time. It has gone significantly very high from India. And in 2023, first time ever, there'll be more Indian students than Chinese students.
Okay, wow. Okay.
Many different reasons for it. One of the reasons for it is that the Indian economy has gone up very much. People can afford sending their kids to United States.
Yeah.
That's one of the main reasons that I am thinking that is. And of course, the job opportunities, Indians tend to pick mostly STEM degrees. They don't pick my lawyer degrees. So that's a reason, and they have very good job opportunities. That's the reason they're coming in here. And there's also a lot of restriction from the Chinese government and from the US government on the Chinese students. The Indian numbers are going to grow. Now, it also escalates to a different problem, Nitya Garu. Because a lot of these Chinese students, recently, at least in the past 7 to 10 years, they've been coming for a bachelor's degree. Most of the students that come from India, they come for a master's degree though.
Yeah.
And those people who come for master's degree tend to stay in United States. The people who come for bachelor's degree, whether they are coming from China or India, they don't tend to stay that much though. They normally leave the country. So going forward, this H-1B lottery might be a big problem. At this point of time, we are noticing that we already declared there is no green card for the people who are filing for the green card application, unless they intend to live for 150 years, right? Now, at the same time, these people who are coming on a student visa, they need to have a plan B. What happens if your H-1B doesn't get selected? What options do you have? So yeah, they need to think about that too, the plan B, because as the amount has increased a lot more significantly, it's going to create a problem for us in the H-1B lottery.
Yeah, and you bring up a good point, sir, because I was talking to a former Chinese national a few days ago, and he was telling that a lot of the Indian students get an upper hand because we are trained cross-functionally, you know. Apparently in China, if the child selects one stream, they're stuck in that stream for life. It's like the honeybee colony, you know, you're stuck in that thing. Whereas with Indians, you know, you have the option of, you know, doing your BE in, say, mechanical, and you still can go and do an MBA or an MS or an, you know, ME in another field. Yeah. Or, you know, go do something in music or whatever it is. But apparently in China, once you pick a stream, your life is spent in that stream. They're not on letting them go cross-functional. And I said, hey, so just one little tidbit of information that I got from them.
Yeah, I didn't know about that. You know, my wife used to be a physical therapist. She moved to be an IT professional for a while and then moved back. That's a different, but yeah, it seems that they are of that mentality that they should only stick with that field. Yeah, okay. I never knew about that, how the Chinese culture, education system.
It's a revelation too, yeah. It was interesting to see that. And hey, that's good for us, so no one's complaining.
We'll make some competition.
Yes. All right. Question. This is from Ravi Kumar Reddy. Says, if I have an EAD and I lose my current job, then is just having a job offer good enough to get my GC?
Absolutely. Technically speaking about, though, a job offer is good enough for you to get the green card, though. But if you're not doing any job, the USCIS may poke into whether or not the job is a genuine job opportunity or not. I would always have a lawyer involved in these kind of things when there is only a job offer. The other thing is that, do you need to file a 485J supplement telling that there is only job offer but there is no job? I would not do that. I would not file a 485J supplement unless there is an RFE, of course. Then I'm forced to do that thing. I mean, just because you're eating a non-veg, don't carry bones around your neck. Why do you have to tell that?
Yeah, that's true. All right. Another question. This is from Navneet Tandi. He says, I want to bring my mother to the USA as my father expired, but I'm still on my H-1B. Is there any option to bring my mother to USA to stay more than 6 months except for B1, B2?
No, none, zero.
All right. And there's a question from Jagan, and he says, I applied for Canada work authorization using my H-1B visa and my perm is in progress. Will it affect my perm processing?
I'm assuming that you are not going to move to Canada. In that case, just because you applied for the Canadian work permit, will the perm be affected? Absolutely not. Your perm will be fine.
Okay, got it. Awesome. And question from Dikshit says, my H-1B is approved on the last day of the 6th year max out. I'm in H-4 status. It's been 7 months. Can I use the same I-140 to file H-1B with the new employer considering it's not withdrawn?
If the I-140 has not been withdrawn, can you get back to the H-1B even though you are on H-4? Absolutely you can. Absolutely you can.
It says my H-1B is approved on the last day of the 6th year max out. So I don't know.
H-4 has been approved on the sixth year of the max out. Yeah, you can.
Okay.
You can. Absolutely. You can go back. That's what, guys, try to get to the H-4 plus EAD if you have an option as early as possible. Yeah, you can. Now, if the I-140, you're saying that it's been approved for more than 6 months, not only the company that filed the I-140, you can move to that company, you can move to any company in the world and move to H-1 at any point of time in your life. Does it have to be done in 1 year, 2 years? No, next 90 years. Why not 91? I don't expect you to be living it that long. Simple.
And they won't come under the cap, Kadandi? They won't
That is a very good question. No cap at all.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you, sir. Okay. Question from Saral Dwivedi. He says, Rahul Garu, my H-1B is valid until 2023, September 15th. Extension, which was applied in April of 2023. Should I wait until the first week of September or go for premium processing?
You should go for premium processing though. The reason is that if you get any denial, you get the second chance of filing the H-1B extension. So definitely it's been, you go to the end and then you file the premium processing. What will happen? Your H-1B will expire and then you will get a denial. Then you'll be na garka na gatka. So if you get a denial right now, you can refile the H-1B application.
Makes sense.
Please go ahead as soon as possible, file it. File the premium processing.
Got it. Question from Tarun Sidana says, my perm is approved upon being laid off if previous organization still files the I-140 and agrees that they will not revoke before the 180 days. Can I join a new employer?
Technically, yes, you absolutely are right. But Tarun, be practical, okay? You're living in this world. You kicked that employer and now you expect that employer to file the labor and I get the I-140. Be practical, but I don't know the relationship between you and the employer. Yes, it can work out. It can work out. Technically speaking about even though you're not working for the company, can they file a perm? Yes. Even though you're not working for the company, can they file an I-140? Absolutely, yes. Even though you're not working for the company, can they not withdraw the I-140 for a period of 180 days? Yes. These are all yes to the questions though. But be practical to see. I would recommend that if you can stick to the company, you can, but if not, work out on that thing. If the company is good enough, then you should say thanks to them. And once you have that 180 days, please give a good review for those companies. Tell your relatives, tell your friends about this particular company so that people can join such nice companies.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Question from Viraj. Says, if I move to Canada on an open work permit and I want to continue taking medical treatment in the US, can I apply for a B1, B2 visa from Canada? I have an H-1B visa stamped until 2025 September. Now, will it impact this H-1 visa?
I'm assuming that he is leaving the job of the H-1B. I'm assuming that. Because he is moving to Canada, so most probably he's not going to work for the H-1B company though.
Yeah.
And he is right. And if he wants to come to USA, he should not come on H-1B. Because when you're entering into USA, what would you say that you're coming for? I'm coming on a H-1B, but you don't have the job with Coca-Cola company anymore. That will be a wrongful entry. Absolutely. Your idea of B1, B2 is the best option that you have to come for a medical treatment. Now the second question part of the question is that, can he revise the H-1B with a different company at any point of time? Because he stopped working for the company from Coca-Cola, and 3-5 years down the line, he is a work permit there in Canada, and then he says, oh, Pepsi wants to take me. Can he come on H-1B? Absolutely, you can. Do you have to go to the lottery? No, if any of those following conditions meet. If you have any time period left out of the 6 years, you can come back at any point of time in the next 90 years to Pepsi. And if you have an I-140 approval, then there is no 6-year limit for you on the H-1B. You can come at any point in the next 90 years to the Pepsi company, and you do not have to go to the lottery.
Got it. Thank you so much,
Even
sir.
though you got a work permit in Canada, you can still do that.
It doesn't matter. Okay. Got it. But definitely keep the B1, B2 in if you are visiting for treatment purposes, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much, Rahul Garu. All right, folks. Today has been a live chat users day, because I know a lot of you all have been telling us about us not taking questions. So we made sure that today we answered all of your questions. So everybody who got in line on live chat, congratulations. Next week, start calling us, okay? We're not going to be doing a lot of live chat. But Rahul Garu, thank you so much. It's good to have you back on the show, Andy, after your Kailash visit. And hopefully you can continue to enlighten us and our viewers as well in the weeks to come. And to all our viewers, have a great, fantastic week. And we will see you same time, same place next week. And bring us as many questions as you can, okay? And we'll be here to answer. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Nitika.
Thank you, sir.
ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అబ్బురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన, అందరూ మెచ్చిన షో మన లక్కీ మహిళ. బోలెడంత ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వండర్ఫుల్ విన్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు. మీరే గెలుచుకున్నారండి. కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్. $220.
సెలబ్రిటీ హోస్టులు, అదిరిపోయే పంచులు, సరదా సరదా కబుర్లు.
ఆశ దోశ అప్పడం వడ హెల్ప్ మీరు ఆడుతున్నారు.
ఇలా మరెన్నో మెమరబుల్ మూమెంట్స్ తోటి 3rd యానివర్సరీ జరుపుకుంటోంది మన లక్కీ మహిళ. Watch it live only on TVASIA Telugu. మీ అందరికీ 3rd యానివర్సరీ శుభాకాంక్షలు.